to coast, but in the South, where they say the game just means more, there's only one game considered the Deep South's oldest rivalry. From black jersey debuts to prayers at Jordan Hare, this matchup has had it all. Welcome between the hedges to Athens, Georgia and Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Auburn Tigers, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Georgia about to kick it off to get us underway. So Auburn's offense will get first crack at it today. The Dogs just chewed them up and spit them out the last time these two met as they destroyed Auburn.
And that's why I think Auburn needs something to happen early in this ballgame. They need some confidence. They need some feel-good because Georgia's dominated this series. They know. They talk about it. Auburn needs something good to happen early.
This crowd trying to show them what it's going to be like all day in this house. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And that's going to be the challenge for this offense tonight, is holding up against this pass rush. They are one of the best defenses in the entire nation because of their ability to get pressure on the quarterback. They're going to have to do a much better job tonight protecting their guy, or they've got no shot.
Power football with the run. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
Fires to the big fella. He gets it out to the 28-yard line. Not enough to pick up the first down. Auburn sends out the punting unit. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. First boot of the day is on its way. He was called on 3 times in that loss last week. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Single back formation, and they give it to him. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Guys, only Minnesota and Wisconsin have played more often than Auburn and Georgia. This rivalry is rich in tradition.
And you're right, Reese. This goes back to 1892. A long time. This game has been heated. You know a bunch of the names, a bunch of the storylines. And speaking of storylines, how about the mascot for Georgia? Literally trying to bite an Auburn wide receiver. That's how real this rivalry is.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Running back searching for a hole. Turning it on! Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
After the run, now to throw. Fires to the right. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
This defensive coaching staff, they love their secondary, and they love the matchups they have. They believe they've got 5 guys at least back there that can cover one-on-one. You saw a great example of it there on 3rd down, forcing the incompletion.
Looking to the big tight end. It's picked off, and that's number 10. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. Looking to throw on first down. It's complete. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. Quarterback keeps it. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. The Dogs are barking and growling and trying to hold him here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Pocket breaking down. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away.
You got to be able to blitz, but get home. It's one thing to blitz just to blitz, but you got to find a way, slip through those cracks. Nice job by the defense. The QB had no clue. He was hanging in there, trying to be tough. Got hit as he threw the football, forced the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They turned it over with an interception on their first drive of the game. We're still looking for our initial points of the game. They go to the ground. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. They'll go to the toss. Just gets it to the 20, a pickup of 1.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
It's a running room. And it looked as if he might take that one all the way to the house. Just ran out of a little steam. The defense finally got him. The Bulldogs will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Bought a little time, lets it go. Makes the catch. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Dogs pick up the first down through the air, and the Georgia faithful starting to howl and bark.
And we've seen that in the past with Georgia. Maybe you get a little bit conservative, a little bit too much reliant on great defense, run the football. The reason that they broke through, the reason they started winning championships in the recent era, they became more aggressive, more dynamic throwing the football down the field.
Makes the catch and he's brought down. And the Dogs come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Fires to the tight end. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Looking to throw on 1st down. He's got it and still on his feet. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. They'll run it left, looking for the end zone here. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to get it in. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs! Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Man down on the play. Officials take a break to let him be checked out. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And he'll chuck that one away and save the down. Nobody was able to get open. They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. Not a lot on the return, and they can live with that as they've got it at the 49.
Well, the quarterback on that one put a lot of air under the ball. The problem is it gave the defender time to get his head around and locate him. And because of that, he was able to come away with the interception.
They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Direct snap. Oh, and he's going backwards. Defense not fooled at all by the Wildcat.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. They bring him down, but that's why you give them that Wildcat look to create an opportunity for big plays. And the Dogs hunkering down to pick up a 1st down on the ground.
Yeah, and you can hear the sound of Larry Munson. Run the dang ball. That's what they've always built this program on, is running the football, physical running backs. That's what Georgia does.
And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. The Dogs now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Grab behind the line. It's Lindsey. And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the 1st down. Georgia going back to work with another 1st down. Gonna look downfield again. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. He was trying to keep that play alive, getting out and escaping to the left, just hoping something good would happen.
And just buying time, right? Trying to give your receiver time to get open. He couldn't get open. He couldn't find an avenue to get him the football, but at least he bought some time and gave himself a chance. Just couldn't capitalize on it.
Find the friendly skies!
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
And the Bulldogs have it with a 1st and goal. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll go to the air. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Quick strike through the air for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. We're taking shots. We need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. From the gun, running back gets to give. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another 1st down. They'll give it to the back. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. 8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. Wide receiver comes in motion. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Short completion along the sideline will be enough for the 1st down. Precision, execution, and timing to pick up the 1st down on the out route.
I think you're spot on. Those out routes, man, it's got to be about timing. You got to throw that football before he breaks. Nice job seeing it. Short yard situation, throwing the ball on the money so the receiver can get upfield and get the 1st down.
He never had a chance on the draw. Tackled almost as soon as he got the ball. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Back to pass on 2nd down. Makes the catch. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. The Dogs are off the leash and coming after him on 3rd down. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. They'll look to pin him deep. No return possible on this one. It goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it right around the 30-yard line. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a 1st down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a 1st down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field goal.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
Keeping his eyes downfield, rolling left. Turns it loose deep. He holds it in, and nobody's close. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening. What a dynamic play on that last one. Flips the field, and they've got it 1st and 10 from the 28. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. He makes the catch. Defense knocks him down immediately after the catch, but now they're facing a goal-to-go situation from the 7.
You can just see the command this guy has of the offense. He's been picking this defense apart, matriculating the ball down the field. He's now got him in the red zone, close to the goal line. I wouldn't be surprised if they just keep letting him throw it.
They'll run the option. He's knocked down for a loss of 7. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Fires into the end zone. Throws into double coverage, and it's picked off. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half. They'll be able to snap it one more time. Let's see how aggressive they are on 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. Going the other way, and he's got room. Past the 50. Thought for a minute they were going to turn that into a score. They get the big play, but time runs out here in the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Just about set here in the second half as Auburn about to kick it off. And he'll bring it back. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They have the lead to start the 3rd quarter, but I'd imagine ball security was a topic at halftime.
Yeah, and I think you take the lead and you try to stay optimistic with your team, but you also say, guys, if we had taken care of the football, this lead would be even bigger. We might have already knocked them out already, Palmer.
It's just about eliminating the mistakes at this point. You're right. This thing would be over if they hadn't shot themselves in the foot. So ball security, that is...
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
What a great play by one of their biggest playmakers in the D-line. I can say this personally. I got my first start in college at Jordan-Hare Stadium. It was brutal. I think about it, and I get PTSD to this day. When you get those types of athletes in a 3-point stance rushing the quarterback with that crowd noise and your offensive tackles can't hear the snap count, it's not a lot.
And he throws another interception, his 3rd one of the night. Touchdown, Auburn! The defense gets it done with that huge interception return.
And they come up with a huge pick-6, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
Getting set for the point after. And after the... They've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. BYU was all gas and no brakes in one of the more convincing wins we'll see this week. The type of performance Robbie Bosco and company delivered in their national championship season of 1984. All that speculation all week, and now we know. Something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, David. It puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Off the play fake. Bringing the heat. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
This game just feels so different than it did in the first half. After that incompletion, now setting up 4th down, they only have a 1-possession lead. Things were looking so much better earlier in the game. They're going to have to get it together throwing the football if they want to win this game.
Georgia sends out the punt team. The punters have had the day off up to this point. First one of the game. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Motion from the wide receiver. Quarterback keeper. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
This dog crowd is off the leash, and they are coming after them, bringing noise on 3rd down.
You know, when you're QB sneaking as a quarterback, you got to make a decision. You're going right or you're going left, and that's all predetermined based on how the defensive line lines up. That's decision there by the quarterback.
Got his man quickly.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on the game.
Quickly out to the tight end. They'll get the 1st down. It's spotted on the 49. The Tigers are moving quickly down the field. From the gun, the running back looking for room.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Just a short pass to the tight end. The defense will converge, and out of bounds he goes at the 40. And the Tigers with the 1st and 10. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Got enough for the 1st. Knocked down at the 24-yard line, but it's a big gain. 15 yards on the play, and this offense is in business.
And this offense has got it all working, right? It's just been tough. This defense is on its heels, can't figure it out. A bunch of plays in a row now, a bunch of success. This offense is doing what they want to do, how they want to do it. Defense is going to need to do something different to try to mix up this rhythm.
Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one.
It's really hard when you get in those predictable situations. Defenses are sitting on the sticks. Receivers have to understand where that 1st down marker is. Heads up play, nose for the 1st down marker. Get in there and get it.
Floats it out in space. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Motion from the wideout. Wants to go up top. He wants it all. Throw to the end zone, picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And talk about being an impact player for his defense. That's now his 2nd interception in this game. Time and time again, when they've thrown his direction, he's come up with a big play. And in a tight game like this, those 2 interceptions, that is massive for this defense.
Oh, he was in the backfield immediately. A 3-yard loss.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There have been way too much penetration up front defensively. They have been able to stop him in his tracks.
Back to pass. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. He makes the catch close to the sticks, but he'll be a little short of the 1st down. We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. They'll keep the offense on the field on fourth down already with a one-possession lead. Couldn't find his man, and they'll give up the football on downs.
Man, as a defense, you're like, oh, they're going to draw us offside. We're going to draw us offside. They're not going to go for it. They go for it, and you get the big stop. You've set your offense up. You've turned the momentum. This defense should be feeling really good about themselves.
The Tigers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. The lone back's got it. Really good running. Gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. This crowd knows when to bring it. On third down, he drops to throw. Going for 6. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Splits the uprights right down the middle. That'll bring him to within 4.
And look, obviously you would have loved to score a touchdown there, but you did the important thing. Kicked a field goal, you're now within one possession. Can your defense get you the football back, and can your offense drive the field and put it in the end zone? This is what you practice for. Let's see if they can go execute, fellas.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31.
How about the job by this defense today? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense, stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed out. And
sprinting away. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Georgia. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win. And the extra point is up and good, and they have an 11-point fourth quarter lead. What an explosive eruption into the end zone by this running back.
And this back does it a lot. He makes big plays. When you can make big plays like this, it makes everybody's job easier. Oh, we can play action. Oh, we can throw it. But it starts with the run game, and this guy's setting everything up.
Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Throws to the tight end. A strike downfield. Oh my goodness, he's still moving. And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field. Wants to throw on first down. On target over the middle. And a confident throw and catch, and they're in the red zone at the 13. The Tigers have moved it inside the 20. Punts it out of the air. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
He just got rid of that one to save the down. Didn't see anything he liked.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. Big kick here. Can claw them ever so closer to that lead, and the crowd trying to rattle this guy. And he missed it. No good. My goodness, you need those field goals, guys, to cut into that deficit. We're still at 11. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, we got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football. And we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. Let's use those timeouts, save as much clock as we can so our offense has some time on the clock to do some damage when they get the football back.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. He's looking to pass. Fires downfield. And the big deflection on 3rd down forces a 4th down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that. You can show your exotic looks. You can get the pass rush going. Everybody on the back end expecting throw. And that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. This will be picked off, maybe just the turning point they needed. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. This is field position that you dream of. Yeah, I'll take it on the 2. Takes a snap, wants to throw. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And a really nice job understanding I got to get to that gap where there's a little bit of open space in the middle of the field when I run that post route. QB lays it out for him, and he catches it, gets 2 feet in bounds, in the end zone, touchdown.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Last drive ended with an interception, and they can't afford to have that happen again. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The Bulldogs can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The handoff, keep working on that clock. Hard running there. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line? 2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. And the Dogs come to the line needing just inches for the 1st down. He'll keep it on the sneak. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Georgia ready to dial it up on another 1st down. Toss to the outside. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Just feeds the running back. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
Gotta love the way the defense is playing here on this drive. Down in the game in the fourth quarter. They're expecting run, and they're getting stops these last two snaps. If they can get a big play here, they've got an opportunity to get off the field and probably get pretty good field position to put their...
Breaks into the open. Big play in the running game, and they get him out of bounds right at the 50-yard line.
Really nice job by the running back here in the fourth quarter, picking up that first down. They need him now. They've got the lead, but not by a lot. Late in the game, they need him to play his best football at a moment in the game when everything is on the line.
To the ground with the back. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Eighth play of the drive coming. It'll be a 3rd and 6. The run to the right. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Dogs kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Trying to turn the corner on the left. Shows him the stiff arm. He'll be knocked out of bounds at the 29.
And that's exactly what I want from my offense. Like, listen, they're out of timeouts. I want this clock to tick. Now, we have seen some college coaches across college football continue to run the football and also give up the football and give a gift to the other team. This one's over if I just take a knee.
Georgia going up tempo. It'll be a run on 3rd and short. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
Man, this offense would really like to lean on this guy in the fourth quarter, right? They've got the lead, and you just saw his ability there, breaking a tackle. He looks like he's getting stronger as the game goes on. I'd expect him to get a few more carries here before this game's over.
It is Georgia taking home the W in the Deep South's oldest rivalry. Thanks so much for spending some time with us.